Hey everybody, it's Jason Heath here, coming to you live from the ISB convention. We're outside of the music buildings right now, and I'll give you a look at the campus. So you can see, here's where a lot of the activities have been taking place. These different music buildings. And so many different concerts here. It's been very cool. So, what's been going on at ISB the last couple of days? Well, if we take a look at the schedule here, today we've got some great stuff coming up. It's Saturday here. This morning I saw Washtub Jerry play, which was very cool. If you haven't seen Washtub Jerry, you definitely want to check him out. He is a real blast to see. You know, he stands on top of this washtub, and he's got one part elevated, and then the other part's on the ground, and he actually pounds out all the rivets and everything on top of the washtub to get it resonating just right, and he puts a string right through the middle and then plays on that thing, and it's really something else. So that was very cool. Then after that, Hans Sturm was doing a recital. That was great to see. And there were a whole bunch of things that I missed, unfortunately, because that's just the way it goes with this. John Shimmick, who actually hosted the last bass convention, was giving a lecture for teachers in a classroom setting that are not bassists. So that was very neat too. I'm sure I would have liked to have seen that. I've had students do some work with John Shimmick before, and they've really enjoyed it. Linda McKnight also gave a lecture about orchestral repertoire, methodology, philosophy, and auditions for universities. Then, and now everybody's on lunch right now, but there's a big young person's concert happening right now. And then we've got some really interesting stuff coming up here in the afternoon that I'm going to be sure to check out. We've got well, one thing, I'm not going to be able to make it to this because it conflicts, but Nick Scales is giving a lecture called Vomits, etc. It's a look at the effectiveness and overall impact of Gary Carr's technical exercises. Then, and that's at 3 p.m. today. Then we've also got Joel Quarrington from the National Arts Center Orchestra. I think that's the orchestra he's in now. He's an amazing player. Joel, besides being a fantastic player, is well known as a player that tunes in fifths. So I'm looking forward to that recital. Now, something also that I missed, unfortunately, was the Pittsburgh Symphony. They brought a bass quartet in, 4 of the people from the Pittsburgh Symphony, and they were playing some pieces, and I heard some great feedback about that. So it would have been nice to see that. But Jeff Turner is also going to be playing a recital later on today at 5 p.m. So Jeff Turner is the principal bass of the Pittsburgh Symphony. And we've done an interview with him on the podcast before, which you can go back and find. Micah Howard's going to be doing a recital right before Jeff at 4 p.m. And then John Clayton's also playing at 4 p.m. With the Army Blues Band. Then tonight's the last night for this festival, so we're wrapping up with a recital from Thomas Martin at 8 p.m. tonight, and then John Patitucci's finishing out the night at 9. So that's going to be great. Now, some of the stuff that happened yesterday, Friday, there were some great things. Most of the morning stuff I missed because I was just out late the night before. But there were Bert Turetsky gave a performance. And Chris Brown gave a lecture about bows. We also had Mark Ernest. Dennis Tremblay gave a masterclass, and I did check that out. It was great to see Dennis do that. What a great teacher. There was a student playing Beethoven 5, and he worked with him on that, and then he played Mozart 39, and he had just great insights. So then also later on that day, and this is yesterday, Volkan Orhan gave a recital. Volkan's been on the podcast too. And then Mark Dresser gave a lecture demo that he called Discover, Develop, Integrate, Techniques Unveiled. There was also a recital with Mark Morton, Chris Roberts, and Jim Bergman, a trio for deep voices, which is something that we talked with Mark about when we interviewed him. This is an album that came out recently, so these are those guys performing that. And it's something that I did catch, and I also was fortunate enough to be able to tape, and I'll be putting this out, was the John Harbison bass concerto. So this piece, there's a long story behind this, and I actually recorded the story, so I'll put that up. But in short, this the ISB commissioned from John Harbison this bass concerto, but ended up getting, I think it was 15 separate orchestras to co-commission this piece. So it was played by 15 or 16 people over a stretch of time, over like a, I think, 2-year period, and so this is the first time that it was done at the ISB, and the way it was done is it was done in 3 different players for each movement. So the first movement of the concerto was performed by Dennis Tremblay, and then Volkan Orhan did the second movement, and it was finished off by Scott Best, who's the former, well, my former stand partner. He plays in the Memphis Symphony, and then he plays in the Iris Orchestra, and that's where I played with him, down in Memphis. So that was great, and like I said, I got that on tape, so that's definitely worth checking out. We also had a recital from Leela Horowitz, who we've had on the podcast before, and then Pascal Feldman did a recital, and again, I didn't get to check this out, but she's going to send me the recording of this recital, and I'll be able to put that out. Oh, let's see. Then something I checked out that was sort of an impromptu thing was I'd seen on Thursday, I saw Dean Farrell play, which was amazing, and I recorded all of that, and we'll be putting that out, so you'll get a chance to check that out. But then Dean did another performance of some stuff from Captain Tobias, which he did a couple bass conventions ago, and you can find that on the site. If you just search for Captain Tobias, and it'll come up with Dean playing this, which is kind of indescribable. You really have to see it. He's in this captain pirate outfit and everything. So, and so that was really a highlight. And then last night, Steve Reeves played, and then Ron Carter played, and then late night, 10:30 p.m., Henry Grimes played. So, very cool. Anyway, that's just a little bit of what's been going on here. I've been recording a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll be looking forward to getting that out. So, stay tuned for that.